All right, there we go. Sweet. This last 10 minutes I've been worried about this audio, and I didn't need to be. Thank you, Mick. Sorry about that. All right. Hey guys, welcome to the live stream. I did find out how to put goals into the YouTube chat, so I'm excited for that. I also messed around with a few things through a plugin called Streamlabs. Let me go ahead and make sure that's going through as well. Let's see. Well, if you guys want to type something into the chat, then I would know for sure if it's working. Let's see. Let's see here. I guess some of you guys might not even be able to, but I know audio's working, music's working in the background as well. I am going to try something new, which is just sharing my screen with you guys. Fingers crossed that'll work. I haven't messed around with it enough to be sure, but if not, that's gonna be okay because I have the pictures of how it's done, and we can go ahead and just do it through this. So yeah, there we go. Let's go ahead and start off with a warm up here, and I'll just keep an eye on the chat and fingers crossed everything will work itself out. Let's see here. We are going to go ahead and do the same warm-up that we did last time, just to remember that we can pot some balls. Nothing else really to it. Just some easy shots here. I have one ball on the first diamond, about a half ball away or an inch away from the pocket. And then when it comes to the side, I have them lined up so that the middle of the ball is directly in the center of the actual knuckle of the ball, or of the rail. There we go. Let me go ahead and set these chalks somewhere else here. All right. Get my cue stick out. Let's put this right here. There we go. All right. Here we go. Already got a like. Thank you guys. Love that. Love that. Let's see. We got more solids than stripes on the table, so let's go ahead and shoot for solids here. We'll get rid of one half and then move on to the next half. I'm going to shoot this 3 nice and soft. That'll set us up for the 4 in the opposite corner here. And then we'll go for the 7 all the way down here next. See here. All right, perfect. So we're going to shoot the 7 ball. We're going to try and get some draw on and shoot the 2 next. If I don't, I have this 2 or the 6 ball as a backup. All right, I wasn't able to draw it quite enough. We'll go ahead and shoot that 6 though. That's going to be okay. That 6 will then set us up for the 1. We'll shoot the 2 and then get shape on the 8 afterwards. Oh, that 6 ball barely rocked, but I did miss it. It's okay. We'll go ahead and let's see here. We'll go ahead and continue this run. Shoot the 1, come off the short rail at the end, then come back up, get shape on this 2 ball here. And we'll kind of go a little diagonal here. Hopefully we'll hit up here and then come back up table again. Oh, and the 2 still didn't go in. It rattled out of the pocket. That's okay. We are going to go ahead and shoot the stripes next. Let's go ahead and change shoots here. All right. Let's go ahead and go for a little trick shot. Oh man, are we getting close? We are getting close. Let's go ahead and shoot this 6. Maybe we can actually bring it right back up and make the 2 at the same time. Oh, did not play that one with the right spin. That's okay. We still made it. We're going to go ahead and probably do top right spin on this cue ball. Bring it off that short rail and back up here for this 8 in the side. Didn't quite get enough there, but that's okay. I think we can still make this 8 ball. It's just about a 90-degree cut here. Oh, that wasn't fun. Let's go ahead and retry this shot here. Same thing, huh? All right, that's okay. Go and shoot 13. We'll switch it up here. We'll take our losses where they come. We'll go and shoot this 14 just as a natural stop shot. All right. Go and shoot this 15 with top right spin. Miss it and overroll the 10 ball. That's okay. I'm shooting a little quick. I just need to kind of slow down. Don't need to be shooting quick. We're going to put some top. We're going to just do some standard top spin on this 15. Hit this rail first. Come off this rail and then come back down here next to this dot where my hand is. And then we'll shoot the 8 into the side pocket here. We're going to bobble the 15 again. What do we got? You worked on the Dr. Dave degree anymore? I have not. I have not worked on it anymore. It is definitely a long process. And I was gone for about 8 or 9 days this last week. So I've only gotten on the table a little bit since the last live stream. But I do plan, squeeze it through. There we go. I do plan on doing another Dr. Dave challenge that he came out with in like middle of May. It is a follow and draw shot challenge. That one I do plan on doing here really soon. I have a 7-foot table, so I can't actually submit any videos to it because his challenge is meant for an 8 or 9 foot table. But it is still worth doing on a 7-foot table. And I think it'd be something fun. I like all his challenges, and he hasn't actually done one in a while. So because of that, I feel like I have an obligation to do it for myself. Because the last couple challenges he sent out, I actually wasn't around for, in the sense of taking them seriously or recording or streaming them or anything like that. So yeah, there we go. There we go. Let's go ahead and throw on a couple more balls here on the table before we get fully on with this live stream, starting with some of Shane Van Boening's most recent tournament. It was a 9-9 or 8-8. It was a race to 9. It was a hill match. Both of them were shooting lights out. Really great safeties, really great outs. A lot of runs that went away or that went on as well. So I'm very excited to go ahead and take some of those shots from his most recent tournament, put them on the table, and see if I can do them the same exact way he did. Even though he was on a 9-foot table, that shouldn't be an issue really, except for when it comes to like speed control. His speed control on certain shots might not reflect the same on mine or on this table. But let's go ahead and get these started here, get these off the table. We have more stripes and solids, so we'll go ahead and start with stripes. Finish with the 8 ball, and then we'll go to solids as well. First, we're just going to do top right on this 10 ball, bring it back out for the 9. Without scratching. Nothing happened there. Hey Trent, so cool to have you discovered your pull. Yay! Yay! Thank you, Maddie. I'm glad you were able to discover it as well. That's actually really cool that you found it. All right, let's go ahead and shoot this 15 next. We're gonna try and get some backspin on it. A little bit of room here. We'll go for the 14, but we'll leave an angle so that way we can get across for the 8. Well, didn't leave the angle. Also missed the 15. Just hit that one wrong. Just as simple as it gets. Let's go ahead and move this 14 out. Go ahead and make the 7 where it lies. Woo! Didn't see anything on that front either. Missed the 7 as well. Played that one wrong. I was trying to actually stun that where it lied. Let's see here. Let's shoot the 14 for shape on the 8. If I shoot the 14, I should be able to make it right down through that channel there into the corner. With topspin, that cue ball is going to naturally come up here for the 8. I just got to make sure I don't keep scratching. Everything's tracking as it should. Oh, that 14 just barely missed. Dang, not on a roll with these bobbles here. Definitely not what we like to see, but it's part of the game, right? We're gonna go ahead and shoot this 7 with right spin, and hopefully we'll try and get it around that 8 ball, just for fun. That'd be cool, I think. Oh, not quite around it. My kryptonite is shooting over balls. It definitely used to be my biggest struggle as well. I have practiced that quite a bit where it doesn't scare me as much. When it comes to a long shot over a ball, like if I was shooting over this 7 ball at the 14, that scares me because I'm worried about like the Dr. Dave calls squirt. So if I hit it, it might just naturally go left or right pretty quick. Let's see here. I just made that 7. I think the 1 is next. Let's go ahead and cut the 1 here because I'm pretty sure that 14 will actually stop the cue ball from scratching. And then we will hopefully have a shot on the 8 in this corner or this side or this corner down here. Just gonna put some topspin on the cue ball to make sure it hits that 14. Go ahead and make sure I line it up. That was one thing that I'm really trying to get back in the habit of. Josh says hi. Hi, Josh. All right. Let's see here. Overcut it. Oh, man. Not even close to the pocket either. That's okay. We'll go ahead and shoot that 14 into that corner where it was lying in front of. Same thing. I am just a little off today with my angles, my cut shots. Just gonna go ahead and stun this 14, even though I know the 1 ball would be next. Hey. Oh, it does look weird. It's a little too big, huh? I wasn't even looking at that. You might need to go into Streamlabs to do that. I don't know if it'll... I think it was in the actual application. All right, we're going to fix the chat real quick, as it only shows the @ symbol in 1 letter, and then the rest of the actual letters of your messages are super big. So let's go... Here. Well, yeah, it won't be there. I think we'll have to go up here. Streamlabs. All right. We are going to go ahead and shoot this 8 ball. Let's go ahead and just do like a quick, simple trick shot down and back. And then we'll go ahead and get everything set up for the actual purpose of this live stream. Ooh! That wasn't even very close, was it? All right, here we go. I think I'm putting spin on the cue ball, which is then reflecting on the 8. Let's try this again here. Same thing. All right, how about we do this? Yep. All right, so at least I know. Let's put right spin on it this time. Well, left spin, actually. That shortens it. Okay, so no spin. And that's a natural right. I'm putting natural right spin. Or maybe I'm just not hitting where I think I should be. All right. Let's go ahead and switch that idea and just make it. All right, let's go ahead and move on to the first layout that I noticed that's from Shane Van Boening. It's a position shot where the cue ball actually goes 2 rails and in between 2 other balls and gets like perfect shape on another one. It was tricky to see in his actual match where specifically the balls lie, but we are going to go ahead and try our best here. I have this printout with each of the layouts, just like I did in today's video, if you guys saw that. The 4, let's see here. It is really small, isn't it? Let's see. I might be able to actually change this. Did you find it? I was just going to change this tab over here. Please. There we go. Okay, you can have it now. Thank you, thank you. All right, I have the display actually on my second monitor here. That's a lot easier to read. So this first 4 ball, there we go, is actually on the 1 and just above there. He has every ball a 4 and up. And this was a 10-ball tournament. 10 ball and 1 pocket that he was able to get first in both. I don't know if it was any more than that. But I just know that that was the one that he placed in. Let's see here. I'm gonna do this. Okay. That 5 ball is on the inside of the 4, and then up just below the knuckle there, it looks like. Let's see. Just below the knuckle on the inside of the 4. If I had a guess, it'd be roughly right there. All right, now we are going to go ahead and set up. So those are the big 2 that we need. There's also the 6 and the 8. This 8 ball was in the middle of the 1 and 2 diamonds over here, and then up just below the 3. So actually, right here, I would say. Let's see here. All right, halfway, and then just below the 5. Is it on that? That is maybe just a little bit above that 3rd there. So I'm going to put that ball there. Now we got to set up the 6 ball real quick, which is going to be directly below it, a little bit off-centered, and right below the head string. Okay, so now I need to set up the cue ball as well. And for a rough estimate, this is what this layout was. He shot the 4 into this corner. It hit this rail, came off this rail, and actually came through the 6 and the 8 to shoot the 5 in the side. I just realized that's probably be a little bit lower. because it was below the head string, the edge of the ball. Sweet, thank you, thank you. So now the live chat should be fixed. Thanks to my brother, technical support. He's always on it when it comes to that stuff. He knows what he's doing, and that makes it a big help. All right. If you guys see that T, that test. All right, let's see here. Just want to make sure I get this one lined up correctly, like it is in the video. I guess I need to move that 4-ball in a little bit more, it looks like. That 5 should be in a pretty good spot still. And that cue ball looks good. I'm going to go ahead and move this 4-ball in just a little bit. All right. Now we should be good. Let's go ahead and see if I can go ahead and recreate this shot in the first 10 attempts. And if I'm doing something wrong, let me know. I want you guys to see it as well. Or to have some say in exactly what I'm doing here. All right. Are we really that delayed? Hold on. Oh, wait. I bet we're not delayed. My screen is. There we go. We should be live now. Okay. There we go. All right. So, like I said, he makes this 4 into the corner. Cue ball goes off this rail, and in between the 6 and the 8 to give him shape on the 5. His next shot would then obviously be the 6 ball, the green 6 right there. So let's go ahead and see what we can do here. Naturally, I just want to do top right spin. Let's see. Top right. I hit it really hard and it came above. So one, I need to slow it down. And then if I just do right spin, what happens if I slow it down and hit just right spin? Oh, okay. We know exactly what we need to do now, and that's just slow it down. We got the shot exactly like he did. I hit it too hard. If that was on a 9-foot table, it probably, to my horn, it probably would have been perfect. That was a beautiful shot. Thank you, Maddie. Let's do the same thing. Make the 4-ball just straight right spin. Nothing special, really. Slowed it down a little. Came right between the 6 and the 8. Leaves us perfect for the 6 or the 5 stop shot. Chances are Shane didn't do a stop shot because during that tournament or during that finals match, he actually seems like he opted to follow it off of a rail more often than just like a stun shot or slight back or slight draw, I should say. So where is the 7-ball? Let's see here. Let me see where the 7-ball is. The 7-ball, okay, I remember now. He shoots the 6 with top right, makes the 6, cue ball comes up, and he actually overrolls it, which then forces him to go for a kick safe. He does hit the ball. He did not make the 7 though. So let's go ahead and see. Let's just imagine the 7-ball. I should probably tell you guys. The 7-ball is like right around here on the table. And then he has the 9 and 10 roughly on this area here. So that's where he overrolled it. Very small window to actually make it. So let's go ahead and see if we can do the top right, get it off the rail above the 8. Okay, so if I was in that same situation as him, I would have missed it first try. But I would have definitely gotten shape on that 7 ball into this corner. So that was great. That was a very good start compared to the last, to the video I posted earlier this morning. So that brings us to the second layout. That one, did I get that in 3 or 4 attempts? I want to say that was my 4th attempt. Maybe you guys know. Okay, let's go ahead and pull up number 4. Let's see, which was a carom shot. This one was also super cool. He made the 3 ball off the break, but left himself not really a good shot on the 1 ball. So he opted out for caroming off the 8 ball. Let me go ahead and set it up, and I can just show you guys. Let's just do that. So here, I got the timestamp on this piece of paper, so I'm just going to fast forward on my second monitor to this timestamp. Oh, I got an ad. That's okay. The 8 ball, I remember, was down here. And like I said, he had the 1 ball, what is that? The 9 probably, and the 10. There we go. 9 and 10 were on the table. Let me go ahead and, I think I'll set up the entire table on this one, even though it might take a little bit longer. Should hopefully make a lot more sense as to why he went for this. So he had the 1, 2, the 3 is actually off the table. Yep, I remember that. 4, 5, 6 is also off the table. He did have the 7. Nope, wrong one. Yep, he did have the 7 there. There it is. And those were roughly there. Okay, it has loaded up on this screen here. Let me go ahead and bring it back. See here, checking the chat. Okay. All right, this, like I said, an incredible shot, really. But he did not have much to work with. So that 9 ball was roughly there. Let's go ahead and place a marker on that. I'm just using the what are called little white donuts. They are filling up the table for sure, but they're just really good placement holders. So if I knock 1 or 2 out of place while I'm doing my attempts, I can just quickly set it back down. So because of put it on the little white donut there. The 8 ball was about, is that a ball maybe? Maybe a little bit higher. If I had to guess, it was about a ball's width away from the rail here. Then he had the 10. Let's see here. Yep, the 10 was there, closer to the rail though. The 8 ball actually casted a shadow. All right, so we have those set up. The 7, I would put right there. All right. Let's see. Okay, we are looking good, looking good. This 1 ball is actually pretty close to where it was in the during the shot attempt, which is pretty cool. Okay. Not attempt, but during his shot, I should say. So it was dead center, straight up, and then just above the 3rd diamond. So I would place that there, 3rd diamond up on the long rail. Cue ball is also super important. It was on the other side of the side pocket, right above this 10 ball, it looks like. So let's go ahead and just line it up with that 10 ball. That does create a little bit of an angle on this carom shot. Let's see here. It's probably a little bit, no, it's pretty far. Go ahead and put it right there. And then we have the 2 and the 5 over there. This 4 ball was, I would say, halfway in, just above the head string, right about there. Now I need this 2 and 5 ball set up. Here we go. 2. They were both right in line with that 8 ball there. And the 2 was on the backside of 5, about a diamond or so. Yep, right about there. We'll go ahead and place it. And then the 5 looks like it was maybe a ball or 2 away, but still in front of, probably a ball away, but still in front of the side here. Okay, we have everything set up exactly how it is during his attempt. Go back here, there we go. And during this shot, this was one where he definitely thought about it for a little bit, but you kind of see the gears turning in his head for where this 1 ball is going to go. And the reason he went for this shot specifically was, I believe, to get shape on the 2. He could have done a tough cut here, it looks like, seeing it in person. A tough cut here, but no real way to know for sure where this cue ball is going to go, at least for me. It's going to go down here, and it might just have been a really hard way to get back up for the 2 inside. You can't necessarily shoot the 2 in the corner unless you're about here. And even if you shot it into that corner, the cue ball might scratch anyways. So his bank opportunity was taken away. His cut opportunity was taken away. This was taken away just due to the 9 ball sitting right in front of the pocket. But what wasn't taken away from him was this 1 ball into the 8, and then the 1 ball goes into this pocket. He was able to bring the cue ball backwards for the 2, but in his experience, his clip, unfortunately, this 8 went shot straight up, moved the 5, and the 2 went haywire and got stuck on the 4. And then it just became a huge safety battle. Let's see here. I feel like my stream is super behind on my screen. Is there a way I can catch up to it being live? Let's see. All right, we are still a little bit off. I hope it's not super delayed or lagging a ton. Really hope not. Okay, let's go ahead and try this attempt here. Like I said, we are going to try and put draw on this cue ball, sends the 1 into this 8, and then the 1 goes off of the 8 and into this corner, and then the cue ball comes back and then has a shot on the 2 ball. All right, go ahead and try this again here. Make sure I'm lined up. I'm just going to hit the top left, like this left side of the 8 ball. Not too full to make a double kiss, but enough to it still has enough room to bounce off here. All right, as you can see where that 8 ball reacted, in his first shot, where he made the 1, but it actually comboed into the 5-2, and it just did not work in his favor. That was a really close first attempt. I'm pretty happy with it. Let's go ahead and reset these balls on these little white donuts here. That was a pretty good first attempt. I'm happy with that. The 1 ball just barely missed, and I still got good shape. The cue ball on the 2. Oh, too full. Too full there. All right, that was attempt number 2. Good thing I put little white donuts on each ball, because I think I've hit all of them but these 2 and the 7. Okay, this will be attempt number 3. Same thing. Oh, that wasn't that far. Even if I clipped the 8, that wouldn't have reacted like I wanted, so I don't want to do that again. Not lagging. Sweet. Okay. Here we go, attempt number 4. Oh man, at least I'm missing the 8 balls missing these 2, but I wonder that if I make the if I make the 1, if that's going to throw the trajectory of the 8 ball into the same trajectory that he had. All right, I did get shape though. So attempt number 5 here. Again, we are just hitting on the left side of center. This is center on the 8 ball. We're trying to aim just here on the left side, not too much because we want the ball to travel, but not too little and it double kisses off the 8. There we go. Oh! I honestly thought I had it there. I definitely did. Okay. Put the 4 back. Cue ball goes there. That was the 1. We moved a ton on that attempt, didn't we? We are close. I wonder if that 8 ball should come farther out. Or if I'm just missing it. I could just be missing it. Okay. Nope, that definitely wasn't it. And I overrolled that cue ball. All right, I think that was attempt number 6. We gotta really lock in. We are going down to the wire. Oh, I thought that was tracking until it double kissed. And I actually overrolled it again, overdrew it. All right, I'm gonna try one thing. I know I shouldn't, but I'm wondering if this 8 ball should come farther out. Just a smidge, not even half a ball. I'd say a quarter of a ball. I know I shouldn't have done that, but I'm going to anyways, because I feel like that's going to send the 1 more into that pocket. Once I hit it right, of course. All right, same thing. It's a little bit better. Oh, I missed it again. Luckily, I got around the 4 there, but I did hit the 5. So that actually tells me a lot there. The 8 ball hit the 5 on the way up, which is exactly what it did, but a little bit more full when it did that on the, what do you call it? On his match in the finals tournament. Wow, lost my train of thought there. All right, that was number 7 now. So I think we got 2 or 3 more. Not enough. Or wait, not enough. Not many. There's definitely enough. All right, here we go. Oh man. Wouldn't have mattered much anyways. I don't know how to jump that quick. I would have to try like masse this 2 in, but would not have mattered much anyways. Let's go ahead and try 2 more times here. I did lose track. Let's go ahead and try 2 more times just to be safe. There it is. Bam! I don't even need to try 2 more times. I got it. All right, let's go ahead and see if we can finish this out. We're gonna draw the cue ball back after this 2. Leave shape for the 4. And we're gonna bring it back just a little bit. Try and actually get it to where the cue ball is now, if not a little bit over here, for the 5 in the side. So that way we can just draw it back for the 7 or shoot the 7 in the side too, I guess, right? Well, hold on. If I'm actually playing 9 ball, the cue ball will naturally want to come this way and shoot the 5 here. So I can draw it back to the 7. Let's do that. Let's do that instead. Maybe I shouldn't have done that instead. No, we should be okay. Should be okay. I'm gonna draw the cue ball a little bit so that way it comes off this rail and then back up to the 7 next. First, we gotta make this 5 in that corner there. Now that was a beautiful shot. Now we are going to do something kind of similar to that, but a little bit more power, so that way it comes off this rail, and then we're actually going to go over the shot line. Well, maybe I don't have to. Maybe I can go into the shot line of the 8 with just simple right spin. Comes off this rail, and then leaves us for the 8 here. See here, okay. Oh! Wow, did I have the spin on that ball. All right, we got to recover. I could shoot this 8 into the side here. Leaves a cue ball off this rail. It's going to take a lot of power. At that point, I'll probably miss it, putting that much power to get the cue ball back up table. I could bank it into this side and follow it so the cue ball stays over here. Shoot the 9. That might be our best option, actually. Yeah, let's go ahead and do that. We're going to shoot the 8 ball here. We're going to shoot the 8 ball there and miss it. I put more of a stun on that cue ball, so that way I could try and cut the angle a little bit more. I think if you put top spin on the ball, it puts back spin on the 8. In my head, I was thinking if I don't do that, if I follow it, I'm going to actually increase the angle of the 8, but I wanted to shorten it so that way it would go on the side. Still missed it anyways. That's okay though. Let's go ahead and move on to layout number 3. We are moving through this. So far though, we are 2 for 2. We are 2 for 2. First one was the position shot. That one we titled the classic carom shot. Now we have short. We have the short 3-rail Hail Mary kick. Short 3-rail kick Hail Mary. I call it a Hail Mary because there's no way would I think of doing this in the actual match. It was nothing short of super duper impressive. So this was at just like 2 minutes after. Okay, so fun fact, with this layout or this run out, right? He made the 1 off the 8 ball into this. But like I said earlier, the 8 ball went straight off the short rail and into the 5-2, the 5 and 2 balls over here, which then shot the 2 ball down table, and it actually came back up. And then Shane had to play a safety. His opponent, Emil, had to play another safety. And I think that was it for the safeties. It was 2 safeties, which then lead us to exactly this Hail Mary kick shot that Shane had. Let's go ahead and get this set up here. Let's get my little white donuts. The 4 ball looks like it was just above the head string. Actually, yeah. It was right there. That's the beauty of this. I actually don't have to change a whole lot. This 9 ball is the same. This 10 ball is the same. The 8 ball did move. The 5 ball did move. The 7 did not. Where did I shoot the 7? Right here. 7 stays there. Now we have the, my goodness, I'm losing them. 2 and 4 and 8. 8 is roughly right about, I'd say, there. 2 is, for some reason, it's right where that dot is, I think. No, it's on the inside of the first string above. Okay. Okay, here we go. Let's go ahead and place it right there. What's tough about this is they didn't, in this live stream of these finals matches, they didn't show a whole lot of the overhead camera angles. So I am kind of guessing the distance between both rails. But so far it's working out. It is working out. Except, you know, I had to move that 8 ball a little bit the last time, but nothing short of what we can't do ourselves already. So the 4, well, the cue ball was up here, just above the 4. There was a gap between them, but it was like perfectly in line, it looks like. with the 4 in between them. I'm going to place that right about there. And then this 8 ball, the 8 ball is actually right where I placed it, I'm pretty sure. It just looks like it's just under the 2 on the inside of that middle diamond here. Okay, so this one will probably be the hardest shot we've seen so far, even compared to the shots that I went for in this morning's video. So this one is, like I said, it's a 3-rail kick shot. He got stuck with this safe. It's a great safe. If it was me and I was thinking about this when I was watching it, I would have just done this cue ball here off this rail, and then a 1-rail kick 2 out, you know, behind the 8 or even just way up here, and the cue ball would stay down here still. But he did not like that idea. Not sure 100% why, but he's a professional. I'm not going to question him too much. He goes for this rail, this long rail, short rail, long rail, and then hits the 2 from behind. And I'm not 100% sure where, like, I know it was a good hit, but I'm not sure how it was a legal hit. I don't know if he had to hit a rail afterwards or not. Maybe it was like a push shot is what they call those. I'm pretty sure it doesn't have to hit a rail in this tournament. That's my guess. So we're gonna go ahead, shoot this long rail, short rail, long rail, and hit the backside of the 2 here. I'm just gonna do top spin and aim for this first diamond just to get a baseline of what we need to do. All right, that was that was really close. It actually just split this gap here between the 2 and the 8. So let's shoot a little bit harder because he hit it with some power. Let me shoot a little bit harder and actually aim a little bit on the left side of that first diamond. Whoa! Oh, I hope I didn't get in the way. That 2 is right in the pocket. I don't know if anything hit a rail either, though. I don't think that 2 hit that corner or that knuckle. If it did, it's definitely a legal hit. If it didn't, hopefully I was right about it just being a push shot. Let me go ahead and see what happened when he went for this attempt and where the 2 ball ended up. Oh, I forgot to place the 5 ball. All right. Okay, so it looks like the 8 ball came closer to this pocket after the cue ball contacted it. And the 2, I think the 2 must have come off this rail, or it came straight up. His 2 ball landed in this area down here. This was a super good shot, though. I'm really happy with that. What was that, second attempt, I think? And we'll just imagine the 5 ball. You know how I said he hit the 8, or he hit the 5 into the 8? No, the 8 hit the 5 into the 2. The 5 ball was roughly right here. Does not change anything of how the balls rolled. That 2 came straight through here. So that 5 didn't interfere with anything, but that is how the setup was actually in the tournament itself, in his actual match. So that was, I thought was going to be the hardest one yet. That was a lot easier than I expected. Just a standard top spin, I think, or just maybe it was just center ball. On the left side of this first diamond, he hit it with some power, so it actually shortens the angle, so it prolongs it. If he hit it softer, it would have probably come here, right? It would have matched the same degrees, so it probably would have come up here. But since he hit it hard, it came down, which then hit the bottom edge of this rail, came back and hit the 2. That would have been sweet if I made that. Let me see. Let's just see if I could have made this 4 ball next, given where the position is. I would just shoot it all the way down. It would have worked. We would have had shot on the 5. Now we have to come, let's do right English. Get it come down table. And then back up for the 7 in the side. We naturally follow it to get the 8 in the corner down there. All right. We're gonna imagine that went in, right? Now we're gonna do top spin, get the cue ball off this rail and then back up for the 10, but we're gonna hit it soft so I don't over-roll it. That was really good. I did over-roll the natural straight in angle, but that's okay. Just gonna hit this one soft with the right spin. Get that, move that 10 ball in there, kind of force it with the spin it had on there. Have a nice, easy shot on this 10 ball. Into that corner. Woo! So that's in an ideal world of that 3-rail kick, fluke into this. I think in his, they weren't allowed, like I don't think slop was allowed, especially at their level, that would make sense. But that was still a great, what was that, second attempt? Let's see. Hey Grant, how's it going? There we go. We are gonna move on to number 4, layout number 4. This one was a, let's see here. It is a full rack break and run. So pretty similar to what we've already seen. Let's see, and are you using this key? You'll need, okay, don't want to do that. How do I get live? Okay. Trying to get live on my actual laptop so I know what you guys are seeing on stream as well. Okay, there we go. Let's go ahead and get set up number 4. The timestamp, it's also on this paper, at 2:58. I should probably put this link in the description so that way I give credit where credit is due. 2:58. Almost there. Okay, here we go. Now we are set. Cue ball's down there. The 10 is dead center. Yeah, 10 didn't move at all. The 4 was up here. 3 ball was down there. We got the 9 up here. 2 down here. What else is in here? The 1 was up here with the 7 ball. The 5 was also on table right next to that 4. And it was with the 6. The 8 ball is pocketed. The 7 ball is right here. 6 is there. All right. Here we go. 7 balls in the pocket. I probably should, just to be safe, put markers even if it's in the pocket. So let's go ahead and do that here. His first shot, as you can, if I set it like this, his first shot's what? Yes, it's a combo. Combo the 1 into the 7. The 7 is on the, looks like the left side of the pocket. Like I said, it's essentially in the pocket. Don't really know. If you hit the 7, you're gonna make it. All right, this 1 ball was straight up. It's pretty close, right about there. We'll go ahead and put it. 3 ball was actually on the rail on the inside, closest, inside of the diamond, closest to the pocket. But it does look like it was on the rail. There we go. Now, like I said, the 9 ball's right where it roughly was. 10 ball's right on the center of the spot there. 9 ball, I like where I placed that. I really do. I really don't think I got to change it a whole lot compared to it's on the screen here. All right, I thought that was like a moose or an elk. That the music right there, I thought that was an animal. All right, 2 was up, not quite at the first diamond, but on the first diamond, maybe a little bit on the inside here. So we'll go ahead and play this right about there. All right. Want to make sure that 10 ball's in the right spot. The 4 and the 6 is just like how you see it here, like right next to each other. 6 is maybe a little bit up. The 4 is just barely off the rail, and it's actually up a little bit more as well. Let's see here. Let's go and place the 4 right there. Just barely off the rail. 6 is right next to it with maybe a centimeter between them. Super close. Let's go right there. There we go. Feel pretty good about that. And then the 5 was just a little bit higher up, a little bit of ways on the inside of this 2 here. That 5 was able to clear the 6, so let me go ahead and make sure it can clear. If it does, perfect. If not, I probably need to move the 6. Let's see. Okay, that looks good. Now we just need to get the cue ball. Cue ball is down here on the 1.5, on the inside of the half, or the inside of the 1 actually. All right, we are looking good, almost there. This is the last ball. Bear with me. Bear with me here. We'll go ahead and place it right there. All right, we are set. We are good to go. It's like nothing happened, guys. Looking good. Okay, now his first shot was this 1-7 combo, and then the yellow or the 1 was into the same corner. So let me go ahead and watch this here. I wonder if you guys can actually hear that on yours. I feel like you might be able to. All right, the cue ball comes up right in the center here, right where he would probably naturally break, knowing Shane. And then the 1 just sits in the pocket here. I feel like naturally that wouldn't work, but we'll see. I'm gonna hit it soft. Definitely not hard. Just a simple combo. Okay, we made the first shot. Now, this next shot, he shoots the 1. I'm pretty sure it comes actually back up table, but not too much. He definitely left some room between that 2 ball and the cue ball. Let's go and watch this here real quick. Yeah, he drew it straight back. Going to put that where it was on his match. Drew it straight back. And then he left himself with an angle like this. Looks very tight. That is for sure. But he drew it straight up table without hitting any rails. All right, let's go ahead and then we just got to go ahead and make that work. For this shot, he shot the 2 with just topspin, so it would come off the rail here and then back up for the 3. He had more like this shot, but same thing. Maybe it was even just like top left for him, but we're just gonna get back down here for the 3 ball. After we make the 1, oh, and we gotta hit it harder, don't we? Okay, so I guess without context, right? What was that, right? Pretty far up. Okay, without context, we are practicing this one-on-one, right? So ball after ball after ball, trying to get shape where he roughly does after each ball, and then we'll go ahead and try to run out ourselves. This was like, I'm pretty sure the only full break and run. The announcers actually, or like the commentators actually attributed this to the slick cloth that you would see in a matchroom table, a lot easier to run out on. When it comes to a bar, like this tournament was held, it was a lot harder, I guess, due to it not being slick cloth. Like I said, not 100% sure if that's true, but that's what the commentators say. They know what they're talking about for the most part. I'm just going to trust them. The cue ball comes right about here on his stream, it looks like. See here. Oh, we hit the 10 again. So let's go ahead and place the cue ball where he placed it. And see. There we go. There we go. That's a lot more like it. Come off the rail, leave a little bit of an angle. Oh, that is a tough one to shoot. That's okay. Shouldn't be that far off here. Just gonna watch the video or watch his match, see exactly where he gets this cue ball. I want to say it's right about where this dot is, but let's see here. Oh, I was wrong. It's actually right on the rail, so he's almost straight in line for this 4, which makes sense because, well, I guess he can still shoot the 4 if he was right here. So we are going to get, where was he? Right on this one, this third diamond, closest to the side pocket here. All right, we're just going to do bottom right spin. All right, we are a little bit short, a little bit off the rail. On a 9-foot table, it might be perfect. All right, now we are going to go ahead and shoot this 4. I do want to say he came back out and shot the 5 in that same exact corner. Uh-oh. My second monitor just went out there. Give me 1 second, guys. I don't think that affects anything on the actual live stream, just on my side when it comes to seeing what's happening. Okay, everything's back to normal. Nothing happened. All is good. For the next stream, I will make sure, guys, that you guys can see my screen as well. I did not have enough time to play around with it to feel confident in getting it up there and actually looking nice as well. But for this shot, it looks like he's just doing bottom left. Just brings it naturally up for the 5 in the same pocket. Really doesn't shoot it very hard, I should say. Like in the sense of bringing it way back here like he definitely can. All right, here we go. Bottom left. Oh, see, he did not do that. He did not leave himself that far. Just going to reshoot this. Like again, I'm going to go ahead and move this cue ball to where he had it in his stream. And we'll come back out just roughly right here on the left side of this, or top for you guys, right? Top of this little white donut. Oh, I can't get it to actually move, can I? Even had a little angle there and it came straight back. Try this again. Now the cue ball is on the rail. Create even more angle. Same thing with that cue ball. I need to get it to come off and then over here for the 5. So let me go ahead and put a little bit more left. A little bit more left spin. Oh, bobbled it. Hit it way too hard anyways. All right, here we go. Let's try this again. Oh! Oops. Good thing we have these little white donuts. Moving all the balls around. All right, we gotta understand how he made this shot here. It was just like that. I hit it really far, didn't I? Double the distance he did. I want to say he had it here. 2 diamonds away from the original ball. And then I moved it 4 diamonds away from the original ball. Whoops. Let's go ahead and move this forward here. And we will go ahead and watch it really quick on his match. He actually had less angle, didn't he? Right about there. He comes actually off this rail and then back up. This is definitely one of his money balls. This was probably the toughest shot of his run out. If I had a guess. He had an angle on the 5. The cue ball is going to naturally come to this, but he put left spin on it to also get it to come back up table. So he had a shot on the 6 next. So just go ahead and try and recreate the same exact shot here. All right, well, I had the left spin. Definitely not enough. Just place that little white donut for now. I want to make sure I don't scratch. Oh, there we go again. I didn't scratch, but I'm not getting enough speed in the first place. So maybe I have too much spin. Well, let me just go ahead and hit it harder. There we go. I just had to hit it harder this whole time. Now that we know that I need to do that, let's go ahead and make this 5, because that's what I messed up on in that shot. Put this right on the little white donut again. Here we go. Not hard enough, but we're getting closer. We are getting closer to recreating this shot as well. Same thing. You got a little bit more of a gap between the 6 anyways. You got to make that 5 ball first. It is bobbling because I'm throwing it with a lot of spin. That is definitely why it's bobbling. So just got to account for that. Okay. Oh, I counted for it and still bobbled. Great leave for the 6 though. Great leave for the 6. The cue ball actually almost came back to exactly where it was. It was only off by a centimeter, I'd say. There we go. Bam! First try. I know it wasn't actually first try. Just joking. That was a joke. Okay, so let's see where he had this 6 for this cue ball. He had his cue ball about here. Okay. And then now I think he just comes off this rail a little bit farther up. Yep. For the 9. And then it's a stop shot from the 9 to the 10. So we're going to do right spin on the 6, shoot in the same exact pocket. Coming slightly up, straight in on the 9. Stop shot on the 10. Oh, that's not a stop shot, is it? All right, let's go ahead and recreate that one. I definitely messed that one up here. I want to say it was a stop shot. Maybe it was a little bit forward, actually. Because I'm thinking if I do a stop shot, I leave myself an angle on the 10. All right, there we go. So let's go a little bit like a stun almost. Or not a stun, but a little bit roll forward. Little bit roll forward. That's a lot better. 10 ball is straight in. Okay, now that we've done that entire run out, let's go ahead, set it all back up, and see if we can go ahead and do the same run out he did. And if not, continue the run out and try to get back on track the way he did. I just realized he shot the last 4 of his balls in the same corner pocket. All right, 9 goes here. Cue ball starts up table. I want to say about there. Let me go ahead and verify. Just verifying real quick on the second monitor. Just trying to figure out exactly where that cue ball was placed. It was on the 1 of 1, on the inside of the 1. A little bit farther up. Okay. So yeah, we'll go ahead and leave it right there. 1, 2 ball. I still need the 2 down here. Wow, he shot a ton of balls down here. Okay. So the first shot he had was this 1-7 combo, and he leaves the 1 in the pocket. Cue ball comes back up table just slightly. Leave it in the pocket. There we go. That was close. All right. Now he has a tight margin, or a small margin for error here when it comes to his backspin draw that he did. So we can go no more past where my cue is right here. So we're going to bring it up, but no more past where that cue ball, where that cue stick was. Oh, okay. Oh, it just kept rolling, didn't it? All right, we're going to imagine that was a perfect shot. Just kidding. Let's go ahead and kick the 2. I think it's a natural kick, really. Boop, boop, boop. I'm gonna set it right back where it was. Try this again here. Oh, that was even farther off. Okay. A little bit harder. There we go. That 3 ball is on the rail, luckily, so it's not too hard of a shot as if it wasn't on the rail. I say that and then I miss, right? Cue ball was right about here, I want to say. There we go. Missed the 9, come back up. What's going to happen there? A really sticky, tricky situation. Not sure how we're going to make this 4 anywhere, honestly. Maybe if it caroms off the 5 after a bank. No. Oh! That's okay. Let's go ahead and set up where the... Let's see here. Let's go ahead and set these 3 up, and we'll restart the run from the correct position of the cue ball. This is definitely a part I struggled with during the practice, right? So let's go ahead. Where do we go here? There we go. All right. Let's go ahead and put some bottom left on this cue ball and get it right where this little dot is, this little white donut. Almost perfect. We're about an inch off, I would say. Maybe even a little bit less, but that's okay. We can still do the same shot he did. 5 into this corner, cue ball comes off this rail and then back out for the 6. Wow, that wasn't even kind of close. I hit that 6 ball immediately, which is a very tight shot, but I don't think it's that tight. All right, let's try this again here with speed and left spin. All right, we definitely got the speed, definitely got the left spin. We are in an okay situation here. Just gonna draw it back, try not to, we'll do bottom right, and hopefully we'll hit this rail on the, before the side pocket and come back up just a little bit. Oh, I bobbled it anyways. But man, oh man, was that close to a scratch. Cue ball was roughly, oh, is that on the right spot? Yeah, okay. It's almost straight in. I did have to cheat the pocket in order to do what I wanted. All right, I'd say it was roughly there. Oh, and I scratched again. Okay, one more try. I think we can make this shot, I really do. It's not too terribly tricky, that is for sure. Okay. I need more right spin. Actually, let's just try to make the 6 first and bring it out. We won't try and hit this. I don't think we really need to get shape on the 9. Keep it simple. There we go. Yeah, we're totally fine. That's where I wanted it off the rail anyways. All right, now for this one, if I can slow it down and still leave this shot like he did in his run, that's gonna be our goal. If not, I'm just gonna have to do top spin after the 9 or off the 9, off the rail, and come back here for the 10 in the same pocket. Let's try and recreate what he did first. So we'll hit this one soft. From off the rail, just a smidge. Holy smokes, is that gonna be a tough shot? Is that even possible? I think it is, but it's not what he would have wanted. All right, we gotta avoid the scratch. We're gonna hit it hard, make sure the 10 gets there. We avoided it and actually overcut it. Overcut the ball there. Let's go ahead and reset it back up to where we gotta make the 9 ball again. We are a little bit farther forward, I believe. Here we go. This is pretty close. Just soft. Just trying to make the 9, come back up to the 10 in the opposite pocket there. A lot better. Oh, there we go. Easy as pie. I actually don't think I know how to make pie, so it probably wouldn't be very easy. But that run out was not an easy run out. That was his, I think, his only full rack break and run. I think. But the way it is laid out, it was easy-ish for him. I would say it was easy for him. Okay. Then in the video that I posted this morning, he did have, it was with Joshua Filler in the UK Open Championships. In game 12, he had, his biggest run. So I'm going to go ahead and do that for Shane Van Boening's latest tournament. In the 10 ball finals, he had a 5 ball run out in his game 8. No, this was the game 9. This was for the win because they were hill and hill. So this run out was a $3,000 run out. I'm pretty sure that's what first place was. So let's go ahead. Let's go ahead and get this one set up as well. It should be easier, right? Should, in quotation marks, be easier than the one we just did. Go ahead and rewind it here. So the person he was playing against, his name was Emil. I think it might even be pronounced Emil, but it's E-M-I-L, gang fly. So, and the announcers and the commentators, they pronounce his name Emil. So we're gonna go ahead and stick with the same way. Emil broke, ran 4 balls, but he left himself a really tough shot on the 5 ball. Where did I shoot the 5? Down here. So we're gonna need most of these, aren't we? There we go. So he left a really tough shot. I want to say the 5 was roughly here, and that's where his cue ball was. He had to run it down the table, and he just barely missed it. Just barely missed it and left it straight in the pocket for Shane Van Boening to go ahead and finish it off. I'm sure that shot is going to haunt him, at least the one right before it where he ended up leaving himself that kind of rough position. He did go ahead in the live stream. You can see him going back to the table after he shakes hands with Shane, trying to redo the same exact shot, and he does make it first try, I guess on his second attempt, right? When he goes after the match is over, there's no more pressure to make it. It is definitely a tough shot, and he was oh so close. Oh so very close. This one, like I said, is only a 5-ball run out. Tons of space between every ball. So I really do think this one's going to be easier for us to replicate. Here, this 5-ball looks like on the inner edge, right about there, I would say. And then you have the 6-ball right above the head string and dead center here. So we'll go ahead and place it right about there. Then you had the 10, which was right below. I need to get some more markers here, or some more little white donuts. And then the 8 and 9 were actually kind of swapped here in the sense of they're mirroring each other. Where did I put the 8? There it is. Okay. This 8-ball, oh, that's nice actually. I don't even think, oh, I do. I will put a new marker there too. Let's go ahead and get some more. Put this in the trash later. All right. This 8-ball, again, right off the rail, in between the 3rd diamond and the side pocket. 9-ball is super similar. It is farther off the rail and a little bit farther down. So we'll go ahead and place that here. You gotta go ahead and mark the 10-ball as well, just to be sure, just to be safe. It's right below the center dots. And then this cue ball, I might just be able to use that one there. That spotted dot. I'm gonna go ahead and rewind this real quick. Okay, I think I can. I'm gonna use that spotted donut right there. So that works out perfectly. All right, his first shot is the 5, and I'm pretty sure he actually goes 2 rails and then shoots the 6 in the opposite, or no, maybe he just, yeah, 2 rails, shoots the 6 in this corner. Just gonna watch, or no, maybe it's the side pocket. I gotta, let me just watch real quick. 1, 2, rail, or 6 into the side. Okay, so that's what he ended up doing. Let's go ahead and get this going now. Like I said, he hits the 5, puts top spin on it, so that way the cue ball goes off this rail, and then lines him up dead straight for the 6 in the side here. So we're gonna do maybe even top right. All right, I feel pretty good about that. I do. That was fairly close. Now let's go ahead and see what he does next. I know the 6 goes in the side. The cue ball, I want to say he kind of stops it here in the center, so that way he has a shape for the 9. Let's see. Oh, he follows the 6, does leave a small little angle on the 8-ball, but he does follow the 6 in, or follow the 6 in that direction. Oh, there we go. Small little angle, just like that. That's the exact same angle he left himself. Now I want to say he backs up the cue ball off the 8, brings it up for the 9. Let's see here. Ooh, gonna drink some water, a little water break for me. Yep, exactly what I was thinking. And he leaves the cue ball right about here after the 8, off this rail, and then leaves it right about here, so that way he still has an angle on the 9-ball. Oh, wow. Let's go ahead and reshoot that one. There we go. A little bit more speed, well, actually less speed than that. Just going to reshoot that one. I got to make the 8 in the first place. That is definitely my struggle today. I am bobbling a ton. That's okay. Let's go and do right spin on this 8 ball. Off the rail. A little bit more speed though, so I'll keep that in mind. Lands the cue ball roughly right there. And let's see what he does from the 9 to the 10 ball transition. Let's see here. Okay, it's just a simple right off the rail and then a 10 ball into the opposite corner. Wow, he did that better than me too. Okay, let's go ahead and reset everything. And now this will be the moment of truth. Let's see if I can do what he did. If I can replicate a professional pool player, one of the best in the world. 8 ball was here, and then the 6 ball shot on the side. That's dead center. Okay. Now let me just go and make sure that I put the cue ball in the right dot here. There's so many. Might not have. Fast forwarding this video. I did not. I think it's actually up here. Yes, there we go. Okay. Let's go back here. Now for this shot, like I said earlier, we're going to do top right spin, hit the 5 ball first. Cue ball will come off of this rail and hit this long rail, and then that'll leave him a straight in shot on the 6 into the side. So let's go ahead and do that real quick here. As our first shot to his $3,000 final run. Nice and soft. Oh, that was really good. Already better than the practice attempt. That's how straight that was. Now the cue ball I need to follow to where it leaves a little bit of an angle on the 8. So we're going to try and follow the 6 and leave the cue ball right where my Q-tip is. Right where it is. All right, here we go. All right, we did leave ourselves a little bit farther, but we still have the same general angle. I'm going to make this 8 ball into this corner, and then he put right spin on the cue ball where it brought it off this rail and then back up to get a very similar shot on the 9 ball. Again, imagine the amount of pressure he's feeling with such a wide open table when his opponent just barely missed his ball. They're hill. They're in the finals. It's a $3,000 run. All right, right spin on the cue ball, 8 ball in the corner. Wow, I can't even do it when there's not $3,000 on. All right, let's go ahead and try this again really quick. Really quick. Where was this cue ball? Right about there. All right, let's imagine that never happened, guys. That cue ball still did not travel up here off that rail. It traveled for him up here and left him a really great shot on this 9 ball to then leave him an almost straight in shot on the 10. So let's go ahead and leave it here. It's not perfectly straight, but still a great shot. He then goes for the 9. Cue ball comes off the rail, and I'm pretty sure he left himself straight on, but I left myself a little bit of an angle. We'll go ahead and do this again here. Perfect. So that was 5 of his best layouts when it comes to shots, getting out of safeties. Looks like low right would get you there. Low right definitely would have as well. I think, what was I saying? Did I say top right? You're right. Low right would definitely bring this. Let's go ahead and just do it real quick. Would definitely bring the cue ball off the 8 and then backing up into the rail. You're definitely right. Let's see here. I just got to hit it a lot I gotta hit it a lot harder. I'm gonna reset this up really quick. You're absolutely right, though. It's definitely bottom right. Gonna hit it harder. Actually get the cue ball moving. There we go. A little bit better. He got it to travel a little bit farther forward. So for this, if he was left in this situation, I can only imagine just right needed the low. Yeah. Yep. So if he was in this position, I'd assume he could only shoot the 9 here with top spin on the cue ball to bring it back over here for the 10 in the same pocket. Let's go ahead and replicate that, and just in case. Oh, really tough shot right there. Really a lot of power, but straight into the side. A lot of different outs, a lot of different ways for it to go wrong for him, but still win this tournament. He and Emil shot lights out. I want to, like I said earlier, not a whole lot of runs. Thank you. When Machine broke, what's a good nickname for you? Win Machine, WMB. Maybe we can make your name an acronym, or if you have a name, put it in the chat if you're comfortable with sharing that with us. But Win, there we go. Thank you, Win. I do appreciate it. But this tournament, they shot absolutely lights out. It wasn't even like, you could see why they were both in the finals. I want to say there was only one, maybe two break-in runs. I think there was an early, or no, there can't be an early 10 ball and 10 ball. They actually spotted the 10 ball one time, I believe. So many safes, so many ways to get out of them. And I'm really glad I was able to show just a handful of shots and layouts that they had in this tournament. I will go ahead and put that in the description of this live stream. Next week's video will probably be this live stream kind of condensed into a video format. I'll definitely be sure to put it into that description as well. But overall, a really great match. They both shot lights out. It only makes sense why it went hill. We are kind of now in the just chatting phase. Oh, you know what? I wanted to try something. I forgot to do it again, just like I did last time. All right, let's go ahead and transition to this screen. This is the screen that I would like it to be from here, you know, when I'm actually working on the table itself. So I wish I remembered to change that. I will definitely keep a note. I'll make a sticky note for the next stream. What are we looking at right now? We are looking at 2 hours and 40 minutes. Is that real? It is 8 o'clock. Okay, so about an hour and 40 minutes. No? Yeah, an hour and 40 minutes. But overall, thank you guys so much for watching this live. Like I said, I'll put that live stream from his match in the description. Something I wanted you guys to keep in mind is in July, in a month, Shane and Fedor Gors are playing a race to 50. I don't know if it's all going to be in one day. That would be impressive, but Fedor Gors lost the last one that they had a race to like over 100 games. I don't know how it's going to end up. I do want to say I think Fedor is having a lot better tournament showings than Shane is right now, or at least this year. So with that, Shane or Federer is probably favorited. Do you know the date for that? I could probably find it when. Let me see here. I want to say it's in mid-May. I know they're posting it on their Facebooks. Let me just go here. Let's see here. I said mid-May, mid-July. It's going to be a big showing. I think it's honestly just those two against each other. I don't even think it's at an actual tournament. I think it's just them. July 11th and 12th win. That's what it is. July 11th and 12th. It's a 9-ball race to 50 with $20,000 going to the winner. A huge, that might honestly just be coming from their pockets. I really don't know. But I know it's an event. I don't think it's an actual tournament that they're doing this at, but I know for sure I'm going to be watching the whole thing, maybe even twice, so that way I can kind of get my 2 cents in and try and recreate a ton of their shots on the table. 50-40s, well, you're putting your money on Shane. See, I did the opposite. I put my money on Federer, and I did 50-39. So it's actually funny that when you and I had very similar but opposite people winning it. I got to ask then, why do you think Shane is going to outperform Federer and win by 10 games? Because I know why I think Federer's going to win, but I want to see why you think Shane is going to win. Let's see. Take your time. I understand. I put you on the spot. And if anyone else is watching this live and has the ability to chat as well, what do you guys think? Like I said, it's a race to 50. That's 9-ball. It's winner breaks. There's $20,000 on the line. It's July 11th and July 12th. So it's going to be a 2-day event, which makes sense. I don't know, because realistically, the most they could shoot is 99 games. I don't even think professionals can do 99 games in one day. Federer is a beast, but SVB is my GOAT. I think it was 2014 or 15, but Shane beat Jason Shaw in a race to 100. I think 100 to 92. SVB can go for days. 50 racks is nothing. So I want to say Shane also won the last one against Federer, and when it was over 100 racks. For some reason, I think I saw a comment on that, or I saw an article about it. But that makes a lot of sense. The reason I think Federer might actually win and beat Shane is because Federer is having an amazing, amazing turnouts when it comes to his jumps, his shape out of safeties. So Shane can put people in safeties, but I don't think he can get out of them as well as Federer can. So even if Shane gets Federer in a great safe, if he leaves Federer a jump shot, he's going to get out. If he leaves Federer even just a 2-rail kick, Federer did win bank pool just this year. The bank pool championships, he did win. So with that being said, does that change your answer at all? Does that make the gap a little bit closer? It does. Knowing that Shane has had this many, like I didn't know about this one from 2014 and 15, but I know he had one recently. So if this is a normal thing for Shane, he, like you said, he probably can do 50 racks like nothing, especially against the same person, and under pressure, as well as getting, like coming back. If he's losing by 10, he probably knows how to come back, because he knows how many games there actually are. So that definitely brings the gap up for me. I would say just for a more fun of a match, let's just say 50 to 44. I'll give Shane another 5 games, but I do think there will still be a a small gap between the two. I don't think it's going to go hill or even 48-50. I do think there will be. I think one of them is going to get increase the gap in the first day, and they're going to try and maintain that gap. Maybe lose or get a little bit more, but I think whoever finishes first on day 1 is going to be the winner of day 2. They're just going to be able to maintain the small gap, or even hopefully it's not a big gap, but the small gap that they leave from day 1. That was a lot. That was a lot for me. I'm gonna drink some water while you respond. Okay, you said, I think they both have a really good chance of winning, and if they did it multiple times, both would win the same amount. Just the coin flip at that level. Good points. Yeah, Shane won't lose composure if he's down, but neither will Federer. Exactly. Exactly. That's a good way of putting it. Won't lose composure if he's down. I could definitely see where you're coming from, like coin flip at that level, which I think is probably the whole point of this 2-day event. It's Federer, I want to say, is ranked globally above Shane, but Shane has a considerable more amount of championship title wins over his career, and that just comes with how long he's been playing as a professional. Federer doesn't really have that tenure yet like Shane, so it is definitely a coin flip. I would have to agree with that. If there's any more questions, go ahead and put those in the chat. Let me go ahead and switch back to the other, let's see here. The other one here, because now we are just chatting. We were able to get through the warm-up. We went through all 5 of SVB layouts. We were able to get what I think 3 perfect recreations on a 7-foot table. The runouts were definitely not something that I was killing today, but that's okay. Fun talking with you. I'm going to peace out. I like the vid scheme. Come take it easy. Hey, thank you so much, Lynn. I really do appreciate that comment. It was fun talking to you as well. I'll catch you hopefully in the next one, hopefully in the next live stream. Fingers crossed it'll be next Saturday, so keep your eyes out for that. But thank you so much for joining in today and talking with me. I do appreciate it. You have a great rest of your night, for sure. I think that'll be it then. I think we'll go ahead and close up the live stream. We went a lot longer than I expected, so there's nothing wrong with that. We had the time. We are getting used to these live streams. We even had one minor technical difficulty at the beginning, but it really wasn't anything to worry about. And then my brother definitely came in and fixed the chat. That was really big at the very beginning of the stream. So I'm glad we got that fixed. But thank you guys again for so much for watching. Can't wait to see you guys in the next one. I'm hoping to get this video smaller down, or kind of, what do you call it? Condensed down into an actual video format for next week's video. But I will also be going live next Saturday, fingers crossed. If not, I'll figure out a different day to do it, but we will be going live again in another week. Yeah, we'll keep it at that. Thank you guys so much for watching. This has been Trent on the break. Peace.